It's an overcast Sunday evening here at Veterans Field, and it's time for baseball as the Mariners are in town here in Chatham to take on the A's in game number 35 of the 40-game Cape Cod Baseball League Summer. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Milo Hoffman. We're so glad to bring you all of the action, and today the Mariners try to go for back-to-back wins after getting back in the win column yesterday after their previous 6-game losing streak. And Luke, it's just good to get back to the winning ways for the M's, now just 5 games away from the postseason.
Absolutely. You clinched the playoffs last night for Harwich. I think there is something to be excited about. The Mariners just 3 wins in their last 10 games, but we've talked about it. Maybe not the worst time in the world if a team's going to slump, but a Chatham team below Harwich in the standings. Mariners have gotten better of the A's so far this summer and look to do that for the first time this summer on the road at Veterans Field.
All right, the A's take the field in their all-white uniforms, white tops, white pants, and the blue lettering across the chest. And we'll run through the Harwich Mariners starting lineup. Nico Brini is leading off, playing right field. He comes in just 1 for his last 18. Micah Kirikoff, after his excellent day yesterday, a SportsCenter top 10 play in center field, bats second. He is playing center field once again. Nate Castellone right behind him, hitting third. He's playing second base. Braden Jackson making his first appearance in the outfield this season. He is playing left, and he's batting cleanup. Cade Curlin bats fifth, the shortstop. Sean O'Leary right behind him, 4 for his last 12. Is the first baseman, and he bats 6th. Quentin Coates is playing third. He bats 7th. Sean James is batting 8th, catching. And Paul Jones rounds out the Mariner lineup. He is today's DH. And the Mariners go against righty on the mound, Kason Ranieri, who plays his college ball at Texas Tech from Temecula, California. About halfway between LA and San Diego. Stands at 6'2", 239 pounds, and so far this summer, he's pitched to a 4.76 ERA, just 5 2/3 innings pitched, though, 7 strikeouts, and Luke, his command has been good, just 1 walk.
Yeah, he's a bruiser out there, a big kid. He's a physical pitcher, fastball heavy. He was with the Rockford Rivets in the Northwoods League last summer, a late addition to this Chatham Anglers squad as the summer's winding down, and Chatham really needs starting pitching. We know their skipper, Dennis Cook, multiple-time World Series champion in the big leagues. He is all over his arms at all times. A really good guy to play under, and a chance here for Ranieri with the A's just trying to find their way into postseason form.
Chatham comes in a deep playoff hunt. Of course, there's just 5 games remaining here in the regular season. Harwich Mariners clinched their spot in the postseason yesterday after their win. Chatham comes in 13-17-3. The Mariners 18-16 and no ties. M's tonight in their powder blue uniforms as Nico Brini steps into the lefty box. Kason Ranieri toes the slab, first base side of the rubber, with his all-white uniform, the blue lettering across the chest. Takes a deep breath. And we're just about ready to go here at Veterans Field. Ranieri fires home. Pitch to Brini is a strike with the fastball in the inside corner. And it's 0-1. We are underway at 7:03. Last game here of the night on the Cape Cod Baseball League. Second time the Mariners have been here at Veterans Field. Pitch home is down and low with a 90-mile-an-hour off speed. And the count's even at 1-1.
Really looking forward to seeing how the Mariners can hit tonight. We know that has been the biggest struggle as of late. Didn't hit it very well last night, but they did when they needed to.
The 1-1 is high and tight, and Brini has to get out of the way on that one. And the count is 2-1. Now, you mentioned the offense struggling these last couple of games. It didn't really break out yesterday, but a win is a win on the walk-off balk. Micah Kirikoff came home to score. There's the 2-1. Brini hits it high in the air, deep to right field. That ball is out of here. Nico Brini with a leadoff bomb. 1-0 Mariners, top of the first.
Talk about it all the time, Milo. He's a ball player, and what do baseball players do? They come ready to play. Brini with a blast to right center. That's one of the deepest parts of this ballpark, and there was no doubt about it. A little bit of pop from the leadoff man from Harwich.
His first home run of the season, 4th RBI, and a great start for the Mariners here at Veterans Field. And now it's Micah Kirikoff, the righty. Pitch home. This is outside, and it's 1-0.
Now, you're coming off the win yesterday. Vibes are up. The dugout was somewhat of a, excited place to be. They hit BP even in the rain tonight.
The 1-0. There's a strike right down the chute, 1-1.
And on that same note, you start the game with a blast on a soggy night here in Chatham. Not the biggest crowd in the world, not the most energy in this ballpark right now. It's starting to pile in. That's how you get the guys going.
The 1-1 is fouled right back to the screen, and it's 1-2. And there was a spray of rain before the game. It was almost like someone was taking a sprinkler and spraying it around Veterans Field. But like Luke just said, everyone was out for batting practice. Pre-game routine as normal. Here's the 1-2. Kirikoff swings and misses at a slider outside, and there's one away, top of the first.
The Mariners continue to experiment in the top of the lineup. We saw Brainy and Larson get stacked, either guy first, either guy second. Kirikoff earns his way up after the monstrous night last night on both sides of the ball. But we'll see how the combination of Brainy and Kirikoff does tonight.
Crowd still filing in here at Veterans Field. Here's the pitch. And it's upstairs to the righty, Nate Castellone. And it's 1-0. Castellone got the day off yesterday, back in the lineup playing second base, a .338 hitter for the Mariners. 1-0. There's a strike at the knees, a curveball. 1-1's the count. 1-0 Mariners. One out here, top of the first after the Nico Brainy leadoff homer deep to right field. The pitch home. Castellone swings and misses at a fastball high. And the count's 1-2.
No Smolinski tonight. And I think Ty Smolinski is the most deserving out of anyone in the Cape League for an off day.
Here's the 1-2. High and wide with an off speed at 83 miles an hour, and it's 2-2. I mean, we were talking to Steve Engler before the game. He made a joke. He said he hasn't sit since before June.
He's played in 33 games. Tonight is game 35.
The 2-2. Castellone pokes in the air, shallow right center field. That ball finds outfield grass and dunks in for a base hit. Palmise, the right fielder, bobbles it for a sec. A one-out single for Nate Castellone, and the Mariners are back in business.
Take him any way you can get it. Brainy runs into one for a solo shot. Castellone, that's more of his style. Bloop one in there, dunk one in, and just get on base any way possible. Already 2 hits in this first inning for Harwich. You wouldn't be able to tell this is the most slumping team on Cape Cod, and a good sign against a good starter in Ranieri out of Chatham.
Over the last week, the Mariners have the worst team batting average at 172. Here's the righty Braden Jacksa pitch. He fouls it right back to the screen, a 91-mile-an-hour heater, and it's 0-1.
In a perfect world, the best way you can break out of a hitting slump is you just go nuclear. 15 hits, you score 10 on somebody. And I think that's what the Mariners really want. But you got to take it one pitch at a time, one at-bat at a time. We'll see if they can continue to pass the bat throughout 9 innings tonight offensively.
Jackson, the cleanup hitter, pitch. There's a slider downstairs, 1-1. He comes in a .244 hitter, no homer, 6 RBIs for the 6'6" Oregon product. Normally a catcher for the M's, but playing left field today. Check back to Castellone, not in time over at first base. Castellone with just 2 stolen bases this summer, 2 for 3. Jacksa bends in the righty box with his all-black bat. Ranieri long pause, and he fires home. Jacksa swings and misses at a slider, and it's 1-2.
You mentioned playing left field. So I did some research. I looked up the tallest big league outfielders. Aaron Judge is number 1, 6'7". Yeah. O'Neal Cruz, who plays for the Pirates, he's 6'7" as well. Jackson, not a true outfielder, but he's filling in tonight.
There's the 1-2. Jackson leaves a slider outside, and it's 2-2. I mean, Aaron Judge was taking the outfield with Giancarlo Stanton. That one year, they also had Joey Gallo.
Now they have Spencer Jones.
Spencer Jones, also 6'7", just got called up today. There's the 2-2 pitch. Jackson fouls it right back on a check swing. And the count remains the same. 1-0 M's, 1 gone, top of the first. Nico Brainy with a leadoff bomb, his first homer of the season. Wind is picking up here at Veterans Field. It's been blowing for the last 2 hours or so. 2-2. Just barely misses upstairs with an 83-mile-an-hour off speed, and the count runs full.
It's a good at-bat for Jaxa. Always looking to hit any pitch that's in the zone. He's a true hitter, tries to get on with his bat. He's fought here, worked himself into a long at-bat. Rare for him. Can he get on?
Check back to Castellon at first is not in time.
Always love the vibe here in Chatham. You got people eating dinner in the stands in front of us, some people bringing pizzas, always a lively crowd and good atmosphere, even on a rainy night.
I had a chicken sandwich before this one. 3-2. Outside ball 4 to Braden Jaxa. So a one-out walk for the Mariners, and there's first and second now occupied by Harwich. Here with one gone in the top of the first. 1-0 M's lead it. And that walk is our free pass of the game, presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. capecod.edu/free for more. Here's the righty, Cade Kurland. Pitch. He fouls it right back, hits the screen, and rings the bell over here. Tag the pole, and it's 0-1.
Big spot here for the M's. Harwich has been in the bottom third of the league all summer with runners in scoring position. They already have the one in on the Brini Blast, but you want to capitalize here. Heart of the order up, 2 on, just 1 out.
0-1. Kurland foul tips it into Hoveder, the catcher's glove. 0-2.
Jaxa walking, just his second walk in now 46 Cape League at-bats. That's what we mean when we say he goes up there trying to hit. Good at-bat, though.
He takes his lead off first. Castellon off second. Pitch home. Just barely misses outside with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count's 1-2.
Yeah, strike zone's been tight in this top of the first. Case and Ranieri almost had Jaxa looking, almost just got Kurland, but the M's get the side on both of the calls.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Jaxa fouls it right back again. How many foul balls have we seen in this inning? Mariner hitters just staying alive early. And even this is a lot different than the team we've seen over the past week. The offense has been struggling, but the at-bat quality wasn't there. Already today, against this A's starter Ranieri, M's bats have been very competitive. An inside move, no throw back to second base. Lights are on here at Veterans Field. A lot of lights here. This is the most lights I've seen at any ballpark on the Cape. Scattered throughout the outfield, here on the infield as well. 1-2. Kurland chops it on the ground, left side of the infield. Bell, the shortstop, in the hole, throws to third. Got him in time. So the Anglers get the force out on Castellon advancing to third base, and that's the second out here in the top of the first. Jaxa up to second, and Kurland is safe at first.
That's a really nice play from the shortstop, Bell. Truly the only play he had. Ball was hit in the hole, not going to get Kurland at first. Really hard to do a complete 180 to get Jaxa at second, and it was close with Castellon, but he beats him there. That's being ready to play defense as well.
Here's the lefty Sean O'Leary in the box. Pitch to him. There's a strike at the knees with an 83-mile-an-hour changeup, and it's quickly 0-1. Sean O'Leary, one of the hottest Mariner bats, 4 for his last 12. Had the game-tying RBI single last night on a pinch hit appearance. There's the 0-1. Way upstairs, and the catcher Hoveder has to grab that one down. Counts 1-1. 1-0 Harwich over the A's. 2 gone, top of the first. And Kurland leads off of first base. Braden Jaxa off of second. The righty fires. O'Leary pops it high in the air. That'll stay in the infield left side. Third baseman Pruitt is there, and he makes the grab on the infield dirt to retire the side. But the Mariners get one after a leadoff solo bomb from Nico Brini. They strand first and second, and now hold a 1-0 lead as we head to the home half of the first on the Mariners Radio Network. Back here at Veterans Field as we head to the bottom of the first, and the Mariners hold a 1-0 lead after the leadoff blast from Nico Brini, his first of the season. And now it's the A's turn to bat, and they face Colin LaBelle, the righty who's transferring over to JMU so far this summer in just one appearance. Back on July 20th, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, struck out 3, and walked 2 hitters. That was against Wareham in the Mariners' 9-3 loss. And he deals to a Chatham A's lineup that goes as Jamie Palmise is leading off, playing right field. Armani Guzman, the center fielder, bats second. Jack Bell, the shortstop, bats third. Eddie Marshall's the cleanup hitter. He's the DH. Cole Johnson is playing left field and bats fifth. Ty Peoples, the second baseman, right behind him, batting sixth. Cam Pruitt, third baseman, bats seventh. Harlan Hovetter, the catcher, bats eighth. And Tyler Howe is the first baseman, and he rounds out the A's lineup. Colin LaBelle toes the slab for Harwich, just his second appearance so far this summer. He now already has a 1-0 Mariner lead. Palmise steps into the righty box. Here's the pitch. This is upstairs just barely with an 86-mile-an-hour off speed. And the count's 1-0 on Palmise. A 125 hitter, no homers, no RBIs. 1-0. Palmise swings and misses a little half swing with his all-red bat, and it's 1-1.
Nice start tonight from the Mariners offensively. Colin LaBelle making his first start on Cape Cod. He's got a lead before he even goes out there.
The 1-1 is in on the hands, popped up foul behind home plate. The count's 1-2. Umpire tonight, Carl Rodriguez is calling the balls and strikes. Sam Finn over at first base, and Mickey Garcia is manning third. Counts 1-2. LaBelle fires. Swinging a slow roller third baseline foul.
Not sure if I've ever really seen the archetype when it comes to a leadoff hitter that Palmise has. Just 4 for 32, struck out 14 times, doesn't get on base nearly as much as many anglers. Maybe Dennis Cook trying to get him going.
The 1-2, Palmise swings and misses. Slider outside. Out number 1 in the bottom of the first.
And the game changes so much. You take a guy like Shohei Ohtani. We've seen Aaron Judge be a leadoff hitter in the big league. So sometimes it's less about the old school philosophy of a speedy, maybe bunt hit, draw a walk, get on base type of player. But Palmise isn't that big power threat. I think the new Kansas transfer is just trying to see more pitches on Cape Cod. Here's a stud, though, in Guzman.
The lefty digs in, and he fouls one off his foot for strike number 1. And Guzman hitting 300. Still waiting for his first home run, but 9 RBIs. Out of West Virginia. Mentioned just trying to get on. If you're Palmise in this entire A's lineup, as Guzman is taking a slow walk down the first base line, trying to shake out that first pitch foul off of his foot. The A's have a .225 team batting average that's 8th in the Cape, but a .358 on base percentage as a team, which is the second best. They walk more than anyone. LaBelle ready, and he fires. Swinging a number foul down the third baseline, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, I kind of scratch my head every time we see Chatham. They're always a couple games under 500. They are 13-17 coming in tonight. Top 2 team with runners in scoring position. They walk more than anyone. They have the talent. They have all the, blue chip type of players out here, and they got great pitchers.
The 0-2 is fouled off the mask of Sean James, the catcher. Still 0-2.
But on the same note, they've just been so freakishly inconsistent. And Dennis Cook, he uses that big league philosophy from a manager of the starter's going to give me 4 innings, maybe 5 innings, then go to the bullpen.
0-2 is fouled off James's glove again. Guzman shakes his head. He's battling up there. Guzman rocking the yellow batting gloves, yellow shin guard over his right leg, the blue Under Armour, blue helmet, and the all-white Chatham jersey. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball foul down the first baseline. Chatham comes in just 3-6-1 in their last 10. They mentioned the streaky play out of the A's. They've been the hottest team on the Cape at points this summer and the coldest team at points. Pitch. This is upstairs. And there's the first ball, 1-2.
Yeah, the only real consistent thing about this lineup has been, or not the lineup, but just the A's in general, is the bullpen. They've had a ton of issues all summer.
The 1-2 is down in the dirt. Sean James, the catcher, backhand scoops it, and it's 2-2.
It's a great at-bat here from Guzman. The first 5 pitches of the ABs, all strikes. Now he sees 2-2. His next pitch will be number 8.
LaBelle takes a deep breath and fires. Strike 3 called. A backdoor breaking ball got him frozen. Back-to-back strikeouts for LaBelle to begin his evening, and there's 2 away.
There's almost a man in the arena type of feel if you're the starting pitcher, especially for the visitors playing here at Veterans Field. The attendance better than any other ballpark. More of a bowl seating where you're all peering into, especially the outfield fans are way above the field. And LaBelle, you start out, punch out in your first Cape League start.
Pitch. There's a breaking ball called to strike down the middle to Jack Bell. So Colin LaBelle against Jack Bell. Now I got to sit on that outfield hill at some point. 0-1. Swing and a miss. High fastball. And it's quickly 0-2.
A lot of strikes so far from LaBelle. He's not a big punch-out guy. 28 Ks in 33 innings at school.
He fires the 0-2. Just misses downstairs. Count is 1-2. Yeah, 12 of his first 16 pitches on the hill tonight have been for strikes. He peels his glove to his belt, looks home, and fires. Fouled back behind us over our tent. 1-2. How about this tent over us right now? I feel like
A+ hospitality.
Oh my goodness, we walked in. The tent was being built because it was raining here before the game. Now the rain has died down. It's still windy and overcast. 1-2. Shot foul into the Mariner dugout, and hopefully everyone's okay. A couple players have to duck out of the way on that one. All the Mariners on the top step. We saw yesterday when they were trying to rally, everyone on the top step trying to manufacture energy, and it worked. 1-2 is hard hit deep into left field. Jacksabak on the track. He turns and he makes the grab about 5 steps in front of the wall. And that does it in the bottom of the first. 1-2-3 go the A's as we head to the second. Still 1-0 Mariners on the Harwich Radio Network. We head to the second inning here at Veterans Field. 1-0 Mariners over the A's after the leadoff bomb from Nico Brini in the top of the first. It's still a righty on the hill for the A's. Kason Ranieri in his second inning of work. And a reminder that Milton Cat is proud to power the Cape all summer long. 7, 8, and 9 in the Mariner lineup, starting with the right-handed hitting third baseman Quentin Coates. Plays his college ball at Cincinnati. He kicks up some dirt in the righty box with his all-beige bat. Taps it on home plate a few times. Ranieri takes a deep breath and fires home. Coates takes strike one at the knees with a fastball at 90 miles an hour, and it's 0-1. Good start for the Mariner offense in the first. 0-1. Is popped up down the right field line, towing the line. First baseman Howe is back there, but he's called off by the right fielder Paul Mees, who makes the play in foul territory. And there's one away.
Really big crosswind tonight here in Chatham, and that makes sense. There was a lot of rain pre-game, a moist afternoon turn night with the lights on at Veterans Field, but the wind to start the game was pushing out towards left field. Now it's coming in towards home plate.
I'm feeling it back here. Pitch to the righty. James is tapped slowly second base side. Peoples is there. Gloves at the ankles. Throws the first in time. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the second for Ranieri.
Yeah, and that's what you mentioned in that first inning, that for the slumping Mariners, as of late, we've seen a lot of quick innings like this, where a pop-up in foul territory on the first pitch of the at-bat, James rolls one over, a broken bat to second, and suddenly you blink, there's 2 outs with nobody on, and Chatham is itching to get back into the batter's box.
Pitch to Paul Jones. His hard hit left side of the infield, shortstop Bell in the hole, deep throw to first base is off the line, and Jones is safe at first. It was impressive that Bell even got there on the backhand and scooped it up, but a throw off balance, Derek Jeter-esque, was not in time. And so it's a 2-out single for Paul Jones and the Mariners.
Can't tell you how many times you see 3 official plate appearances in an inning. There have been 4 pitches from the righty Ranieri here in the Harwich second.
And here's Nico Brini back to the top. Jones off of first. Here's the pitch to the lefty. Brini takes inside. 1-0. That home run from Brini had the sound. I mean, it was cracked off the bat. He's hit a few deep to right field, has 2 triples for the Mariners so far this season. 98 off the bat, 356 feet. Check back to Jones is not in time.
Good to see Jones get on there. An infield hit. Counts the same as if you slashed one into right field for a single. That's Jones' just second hit on the summer. And the M's are really looking to get him going because they know the ceiling he has as a power hitter in this lineup.
Pitch to Brini is a breaking ball strike down the middle. Yeah, Jones had 12 home runs, over 50 runs batted in at Maryland this past season. Transferring over to Kansas State, going to be a teammate of Ty Smolinski's, who gets the day off today for the Mariners. Long pause, 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup outside, and it's 1-2.
Brini's a streaky hitter. Came in tonight quite cold, but a solo shot in his first AB in Chatham is all this guy really needs to flip that switch.
Here's the 1-2. Brini takes high and wide with the heat. 2-2. Yeah, he was just 1 for his last 18 coming into that first at-bat. It came onto the scene hot this summer, though, with the Mariners. Was plunked right into that leadoff spot. Here's the 2-2. Popped up, foul behind home plate. And they'll do it again. Brini battling.
He's always good to battle. Somewhat like Jaxa in that segment we were talking about back in the first inning. Brini, another guy that's maybe not a typical leadoff man because he never really walks. He has speed. He's that shorter frame and outfielder. But he's looking to drive the baseball.
2-2, runner goes. Brini drills it in the air to center field, but playable. Armani Guzman, the center fielder, into the left center field. Gatney makes the play to retire the side. So the Mariners strand a 2-out single from Paul Jones as we go to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0 Harwich on the Mariners Radio Network. We go to the bottom of the second here at Veterans Field. 1-0 Harwich over Chatham. So glad you're joining us on this overcast Sunday evening. With Luke Brenneman, I'm Milo Hoffman. It's 4, 5, and 6 in the Chatham lineup, starting with the right-handed hitting DH Eddie Marshall. Colin LaBelle, the righty on the mound, fires home. First pitch is a breaking ball strike down the middle, and it's 0-1. That came in at 84 miles an hour. LaBelle worked a real smooth 1-2-3 first. He struck out Palmise, the leadoff man, and Guzman, the number 2 hitter. 0-1 is foul back, and it's 0-2. It's just the second appearance for LaBelle so far this summer. His first back on July 20th, went 2 innings, gave up 2 runs against Wareham. Mariners lost that one 9-3. 0-2, foul tapped behind the plate. It's the 4th meeting between Chatham and Harwich. Hayes took game number 1 back on June 26th here at Veterans Field, 6-3. Mariners have taken the latest 2. 0-2 is ripped down the left field line, twisting foul just barely. About 5 steps to the left of the left field line. That was scorched off the barrel.
Little bit too early for Marshall.
He thought it could have been fair. He was running down the first baseline.
But the little kids climbing over the outfield fence in right field, man, they were just told to stop doing that, but now they're back.
Is that something you would do?
Absolutely. I'd come here and just delay the game for 30 minutes.
The whole thing's a playground.
Me and my buddies. Just ruin everyone's night.
0-2 is down in the dirt, about 58 feet.
And I say that like I'm proud of it. I'm not, but, you know. Some
Would
Chatham
you still
youngsters,
do that?
those guys are living. No, I would not still do that. That's why I'm here. But those Chatham youngsters, they're living the life if they're out here in the summer.
1-2. Just misses outside at an 89-mile-an-hour heater, and it's 2-2. I mean, coming to Chatham over the summer, this place is like a bubble.
Having your friends in Chatham, too.
God.
Those guys are on their own out there, probably 12, 14 years old maybe.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss on a late hack. It was a check swing from Eddie Marshall, and he went around. Home plate umpire Carl Rodriguez calls him out. 3rd strikeout of the evening for Colin LaBelle, and there's one away.
Yeah, this is some start tonight for Colin LaBelle. Talked about his numbers collegiately, not necessarily being punch-out heavy, a soft contact type of pitcher. We're going to strike a lot of guys out when 20 of your first 26 pitches are for strikes.
Commanding the zone. Next pitch is a slow dribbler back to LaBelle, the pitcher, but the third baseman coaches there, fields and throws to first in time. Nice play by Quentin Coates, who gets limited time over at the hot corner. That off the bat of the lefty Cole Johnson, and there's 2 away.
And this Chatham lineup just continues to be somewhat underwhelming when you look at the course of the summer and the talent that they brought in. Johnson out of Georgia, just a 178 hitter who just grounded out. Peoples has come in. He's been somewhat of a power spark, but still hitting below 240 for average.
Peoples steps into the lefty box now. LaBelle fires. Pitch misses downstairs, and it's 1-0. Peoples has a homer this season, 6 RBIs. It's 233. Transferring over to Florida State. Rests his bat along his left shoulder. Here's the 1-0. Popped up, fouled down the third baseline. Over the netting. Now it's 1-1. 1-0 Harwich over Chatham. Bottom of the second, and there's 2 away. Run came off of a solo blast from Nico Brini, a leadoff bomb in the top of the first. 1-1. Swing and a miss. The off-speed for LaBelle is working tonight. That one at 86 miles an hour, and it's 1-2.
Falls behind with ball 1, and I'm coming right after you. There's strike 1, a wave and a miss for strike 2. This could be 6 up, 6 down to start.
There's the pitch. Drilled into right center field. Brini on the run, but he stops now, has room, and he makes the one-handed grab to retire the side. 6 up, 6 down for Colin LaBelle, and the Mariners hold a 1-0 lead as we go to the 3rd on the Mariners Radio Network. We go to the third inning here at Veterans Field, and the Mariners hold a 1-0 lead over the A's. So glad you're with us. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Milo Hoffman. It's still Kaysen Ranieri on the hill, the righty who stands at 6'2", 240 pounds. And he deals to 2, 3, and 4 in the Harwich lineup. That begins with the right-handed hitting Micah Kirikoff, who was fresh off being the MVP of yesterday's win for Harwich. Their 5-4 walk-off balk over Katuitt to snap the 6-game losing streak. Micah Kirikoff had 2 doubles, scored the winning run, and had a SportsCenter top 10 play out in center field. Ranieri, deep breath, kicks back and fires home. Kirikoff hits it high in the air, center field. Guzman back in front of the track. He stops and he makes the grab above the head for the first out. Micah Kirikoff hit his first home run 2 games ago. Ball's coming off his bat a little bit hotter these last couple games, but just short on that one.
A lot of hitters want to hit the ball up the middle. It means you're perfectly on time. Kirikoff ran into that one, though. He's not the most powerful guy, more of a lengthy outfielder with speed. If that ball was hit to the pole side, that could have been his second of the summer.
Pitch to Castellón is a swing and a miss on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-1 on Castellón, who singled back in the first inning. A little blooper to shallow right center field. Ranieri fires in the 0-1. Way outside. Not a budge from Castellón in the righty box, and the count's even at 1-1. 3 hits for Harwich to this point, none for Chatham through 2 innings. There's the 1-1. Castellón dribbles it on the ground to shortstop. Bell is there, fields and throws to first on a line on time. And there's 2-way.
I think there is something about the style of both of these managers where they're really the only two that use starting pitchers the way that they're used professionally or in college, where they go some distance, they let them settle in, and it gives the game a different feel. It's just awkward when you see a skipper go out there in the second inning after the pitcher throws a scoreless first because of an innings limit.
Right. Steve Englert before the game as the pitch to Jaxa is way upstairs, and it's 1-0. Said he has about an 80-pitch limit for the starters for the Mariners. Mariner starters average more innings pitched than any team on the Cape.
Which, in fairness, 80 pitches, the big league limit is widely known right around 190 pitches.
The 1-0 misses outside to Jackson. It's 2-0.
And those are starters on full rehab schedules. They know the exact dates when the calendar is released of the team schedule, when they're going to pitch.
Right.
They plan all of that stuff out because of durability.
The 2-0. Jaxa takes a strike, fastball in the outside corner at 90. And Steve Englert here is dealing with pitchers coming in, coming out. Who's going to be here for, a week, 2 weeks, or the whole summer? You never know. 2-1. Swing and a miss. A slider outside, and it's 2-2. 1-0 Harwich over Chatham, top of the third. Wind is picking up here at Veterans Field. It's a chilly one. 65 degrees. 2-2. This is outside. Fans here thought that could have been strike 3, but instead it's 3-2 now on Jaxa. He walked back in the first, a 244 hitter. No homers and 6 RBIs this summer. The payoff delivery. Downstairs ball 4. So second walk of the evening for Braden Jaxa. And the Mariners have a 2-out runner on here in the top of the third.
They have jinxed Braden Jaxa into getting on base from base on balls. 2 tonight. He has just 3 this summer. And he's 2 at-bats shy of 50 here in Harwich. So he's seeing pitches. He's gotten into full counts both times up and laid off ball 4.
Pitch to the righty, Kurland. There's a fastball that missed outside. 1-0. Ranieri fastball sits in the low 90s, high 80s. Not the most overpowering stuff on the mound. A righty that goes to Texas Tech. There's the 1-0. Strike called at the knees, a curveball. 1-1's the count. Ranieri features the fastball, curveball, and changeup. Just a 3-pitch mix. He wobbles and comes set. Oh, he checks back to first base on Jackson, not in time. Jackson has just one stolen bag so far this summer. 6'6". Not the guy you would expect to swipe all these bags. Takes his lead about 5 steps from first base. Here's the 1-1. Curlin pops it high in the air. Foul ground down the right field line, out of play. And the count's 1-2.
Starting to get chilly here in Chatham.
Fans still here, though. It doesn't matter if it's windy, rainy.
And there are people in hoodies and big jackets over top. It is that type of cold tonight.
I also see T-shirts, though. It's
right.
a wider
like
array
you.
of, yes, like me. Long pause. Here's the 1-2. Foul back behind home plate again.
Some people like that in the summertime, some don't. People love the ability of a place where you can go to the beach but also be wearing sweatpants and a hoodie at night. Yeah. I do too. But Chatham is right here on the water, also one of the more western parts of Cape Cod. A lot of fog issues, a lot of rain.
Here's the 1-2. High and tight. Curlin has to duck out of the way, and it's 2-2. Most of the Chatham players on the field today are rocking the Under Armour. Well, actually, I don't know about that. You got the third baseman Pruitt and shortstop Bell who are. The pitcher and Airy also is, but actually everyone else is kind of just doing the short sleeves. 2-2. Strike 3. A fastball on the inside corner. And Curlin down on a backwards K. 2 strikeouts on the evening for Kason Ranieri. As we go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0 Harwich on the Mariners Radio Network. We go to the bottom of the third here at Veterans Field. Still 1-0 Harwich over Chatham. Alongside Luke Brenneman, Milo Hoffman. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 in the Chatham lineup, and that starts with Cam Pruitt, the righty hitting third baseman out of Missouri. Still Colin LaBelle on the hill, the righty for the Mariners. Have faced 6 Chatham hitters, and he set all of them down. Here's the pitch. Popped up foul down the right field line. 0-1 on Pruitt. He's hitting just 125 so far this summer. No homers, 2 RBIs. Rocking that blue Under Armour under his white jersey in the righty box. The 0-1. Catches the outside corner for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. And Colin LaBelle has thrown 33 pitches to this point. 26 of them have been in the strike zone. He takes a deep breath on the mound and fires home. Outside on a slider. 1-2. Packed house here at Veterans Field. Fans up on the concourse next to us and then on the bleachers in front of us. Here's the 1-2. Popped up. That'll stay in the infield. Foul ground down the first baseline. O'Leary is there, and he makes the two-handed grab for out number 1.
Another unique defensive lineup for the M's tonight. Good to see Sean O'Leary get that pinch hit RBI, earned his way back into a start. Quentin Coates playing third for just the 4th time this summer. You got Sean James, the utility man, as the catcher. And, of course, maybe the biggest guy to highlight, because he's actually 6'6", Jaxa, his first start in the outfield on Cape Cod. He's a Harwich catcher.
He had a play in the first inning that looked a little awkward. He made it in the end off of Jack Bell's bat. Pitch is a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, said Mickey Garcia. And the hitter, the lefty, Harlan Hovetter, the catcher. Catcher out of Mississippi State, Sean James, the Mariners catcher, also goes to Mississippi State. The 0-1 is down in the dirt, scooped up by James. 1-1. I wonder if there's any conversation right now between the two. I think James trying to get into his head, maybe. Friendly banter between the two Mississippi State teammates. Now turned Eastern Division rivals in the Cape. 1-1 is in on the hands, foul down the third base line, and it's 1-2.
We always talk about how interesting those matchups are between teammates at the plate. Well, this one is really cool because Hovetter is transferring to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So he's kind of coming for James's job because he's a catcher as well.
Here's the 1-2. That's pummeled foul down the third base line.
James can play other positions, but he's one of those guys that maybe is put at second base because the M's need someone to play second, and he's behind the plate because the M's don't have anyone to catch.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Changeup low and away. Got Hovetter fooled. 4th strikeout of the evening for Colin LaBelle. He's faced 8, and he's set 8 down. 2 gone, bottom 3.
Man, he has been exactly what the scorebook would tell you. Perfect so far. LaBelle, not one of those blue chip guys that blows you away when he's coming to a Cape League roster. Just coming off a freshman season, 6'2", 200 pounds, Virginia Beach, Virginia guy. And he's taken over Cape Cod and Chatham tonight.
He fires home. First pitch is low and inside to Tyler Howe, the lefty hitting first baseman. And this is exactly what the Mariners need, too. As a team over the last week, they have a 6.75 ERA, worst in the Cape. Pitch is a chopper up the middle. Shortstop Curlin dives, outfield grass. He fields, but there is no throw. It's an infield single for Tyler Howe, and there's the first base runner of the evening for the A's.
Yeah, Curlin not a true shortstop. He's played second base every single game of his career at Florida. That was a 4-year career. Now he's going to LSU for his grad year. And he's playing short tonight. We know he's one of Steve Englert's favorite Mariners, so a lot of trust in him. Putting Cade at maybe the captain of the infield's position. And I don't really know if Derek Jeter was making that play up the middle.
I don't think anyone's making that play. Yeah, to go to his left about 20 steps. Pitch is downstairs to Jamie Palmise, the leadoff man. Struck out back in the first, one of 4 strikeouts for Colin LaBelle to this point. Wind now blowing out to left field. 1-0 is drilled on the ground, foul down the third base line. 1-1.
Now, Palmise is a pole hitter, which I'm a little bit surprised. Harwich has the third baseman Quentin Coates shifted into the infield grass. That ball was just ripped foul on 2 hops down the third base side. If that ball is fair, that is up in Coates' grill.
Normally it's the hot corner. Now it's the burning hot corner for Coates. Check back to first base, not in time on Howe. He has 1 stolen bag on the season over there. Every time Coates has played third base, though, he's felt comfortable. He's looked comfortable.
He has looked comfortable.
Just a confident ball player, anywhere you put him. 1-1. Misses outside. And it's 2-1. 1-0 Harwich over Chatham. 2 gone, bottom 3. Runner on first base is Howell. Pitch. This is downstairs, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, the first real hole we've seen LaBelle get in when it comes to a count. 3-1, leadoff guy Palmise. See if LaBelle can steer the ship and pound the zone here. He's already shook off 2 pitches from his watch, and he likes this one.
Nods in agreement and fires. This is outside with a slider. And there's the first walk distributed by LaBelle this evening. And Chatham has first and second with two away in the bottom of the third.
Feels like Harwich has dominated these first 3 innings, but the M's just had 2 hits in the first inning, could only capitalize for the Nico Brini solo home run. And Armani Guzman, far and away the best hitter tonight in this Chatham lineup, has a chance to tie this game up, if not do more damage with 2 outs.
Here's the pitch to the lefty. It's down in the dirt. Nice backhanded block by Sean James. 1-0. Last time the Mariners were here at Veterans Field, they took a 3-0 lead in the 5th after the Jackson Hotchkiss 3-run homer to right. But then Chatham stormed back, ended up winning 6-3. 1-0 is inside, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, we haven't seen the M's blow many leads at all this summer. They blew 2 on the 6-game losing streak that ended last night with the win over Katuitt. But that felt like the first real time that Harwich had blown a game, and that was a couple weeks into the summer.
The 2-0 was fouled back behind home plate, and it's 2-1. Bullpen has been solid for Harwich all season long, but that's not been the case over the last week. But the Mariners back in the win column after yesterday's 5-4 walk-off balk win over Katuitt, trying to stack back-to-back victories. 2-1. It's popped up off the end of the bat, foul ground, third base line, over the netting, and way out of play.
He walks his first hitter in the game in Paul Mees with 2 outs. Got a sticky situation, 2 on and 2 out, falls behind Guzman. Able to warrant the foul ball. There's a seagull on the field in right center right now.
And that's checking out, saying hi to Nico Brini.
That's cool.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts through 3 innings for Colin LaBelle. And Chatham strands first and second. We head to the 4th. Still 1-0 Harwich on the Mariners Radio Network.
Back here in Chatham, start of the 4th inning on the Mariners Radio Network. Well, it's brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil. Proud to recognize our hometown heroes throughout the Cape. If you're active duty military, a veteran, police, fire, or EMT personnel, you are eligible for a discount at Eastern Propane and Oil. The pair of starting pitchers tonight, well, they're off to cruising starts. For Chatham, Kaysen Ranieri climbs the hill for the 4th. The Mariners lead 1-0 on a solo home run, the first hitter of the game, Nico Brini. But the M's have 6, 7, and 8 to start the 4th. Sean O'Leary, the first, digs in from the left side. A soggy night tonight at Veterans Field, the best ballpark on Cape Cod, if it were up to me. Milo Hoffman, I'm Luke Brenneman. It's right on left. Ranieri looks in, kicks back, and comes home. First pitch, called a strike, a breaking ball. Right atop the strike zone. Counts 0-1 on Sean O'Leary.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to argue with this being the best park. It's gorgeous.
Ranieri comes home with the 0-1. O'Leary lays off a fastball about shin high. That's down. 1-1. Sean O'Leary, the biggest hit of the game last night for Harwich against Katuitt. In the 8th inning, O'Leary tied the game with a 2-out RBI single. Swings at the 1-1, squibs it foul into the Harwich dugout. 1-2. That was really the turning point. Harwich scored 5 runs last night. The offense has still been stagnant. And only 2 of the 5 runs were runs batted in. But O'Leary's just a 2-out single, and man, that place erupted. Just a really good feeling that we haven't felt in a long time watching Mariner baseball late into games. O'Leary gets the start tonight. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and another foul. Chopper, first base side. O'Leary grinding up to 13 runs batted in on the summer. That leads the Harwich lineup tonight with no Ty Smolinski. And his batting average has completely skyrocketed. He's up to 257 now. 1-2. That's up and in. Look out. Fastball pushed O'Leary back out of the batter's box. And the count's even at 2-2.
Another guy that's just easy to root for. Been here since day number 1 for the Mariners.
A UMass Lowell player collegiately on a temporary contract, but he's been here all summer. 2-2. That's a little bit too low. And the count goes full on Sean O. Nice at-bat to kick off the top of the 4th. Ranieri has been in a rhythm ever since that 2-hit first inning. Given up just 1 hit since that point. Here's the payoff. A swing and a line drive into right field, a base hit. O'Leary is a flamethrower at the plate right now. A leadoff single in the Harwich 4th. And Quentin Coates is coming up.
Yeah, just he keeps on swinging it. Went down to get that one and drilled it into right field. And he hustled down the first baseline, just putting in all the effort he has.
Harwich looking to add on. The leadoff man is on. O'Leary, 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts this year. Not your typical speed threat. Quentin Coates, right on right matchup with Ranieri. Digs in. First pitch. Coates swings and drives one foul out of play. Right field side. Counts 0-1 on Coates, a Cape League All-Star this summer, playing third base tonight. Coming off a monstrous season at the University of Cincinnati, hit 28 home runs. Still looking for his first on Cape Cod. Ranieri from the stretch, the 0-1. Swung on, ripped high and deep into right field. Paul Meese is going to track it down on the warning track. That's the first out. Ooh. Coates gets into another ball where he just laces it the other direction. But Paul Meese in right was playing back, respecting the power of the Harwich third baseman, and he got there in time. Sean James up with 1 on and 1 out.
I mean, that was just blistered. Coates has that opposite field power.
Sean James, the hitter, he's catching tonight for Harwich. James has been a little bit better at the plate. Right on right. Ranieri kicks and comes home. First pitch swinging, fouled back into the net. Strike 1. James average still under 200, a 196 hitter, 3 runs batted in, just 1 extra base hit. Has a total of 11 hits on Cape Cod. Ranieri set for the 0-1. James swings and foul tips it into the catcher's mitt of Hovetter, and it's quickly 0-2. James calls time and will undo his batting gloves. Harwich out hitting Chatham tonight 4-1, just the top of the 4th, a 1-0 lead on the road. The M's have 1 on with 1 out. James in an 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch. Swing at a high breaking pitch. James spikes it into the ground. That's a foul ball.
I don't know how he caught that one.
That pitch was a curveball that Ranieri only uses 5% of the time. James maybe not thinking that was coming for good reason. Almost took an axe swing at a pitch above his head. He was able to fight it off foul.
The sound that he made when he swung should be whoa on that swing.
2-strike pitch. He struck him out. James went reaching for the slider low and away. That's the 3rd punch out of the night for the starter Ranieri of Chatham. And there's 2 down in the 4th. Paul Jones, the final hitter in the M's lineup, coming up with O'Leary off of first and 2 outs.
Yeah, just a nice breaking ball low and away. And James over it. You got the feeling he was in swing mode after that last foul ball.
Jones digs in, left-handed hitter, 1 for 1 so far tonight. First pitch, Jones rips one high in the air, but he just missed it. Into right center, Guzman from center comes in and makes the grab. The Mariners go in order after a leadoff O'Leary base hit. Nothing to show for that. It's still 1-0 Harwich. We've played 3.5 on the road in Chatham. The A's coming up, looking to tie it or take the lead when we come back on the Mariners Radio Network. A soggy night tonight in Chatham, but Harwich has the lead. We've played 3.5. The A's coming up in the bottom of the fourth. It'll be the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5, Bell, Marshall, and Johnson. Colin LaBelle was the Harwich starter tonight. He went 3 innings of 1 hit, no-run baseball, struck out 5. And the M's turned to their newest player on the roster, the righty out of Murray State, Reese Oakley. Oakley, a 5'11", 180-pound rising junior from Gilbertsville, Kentucky. An 8.81 ERA at Murray State in over 31 innings of action collegiately. And the M's, they need new arms. Oakley is in town. Jack Bell, the batter from the left side. Oakley turns and comes home. First pitch swinging, foul ball. Third base side, that's strike 1. Alongside Milo Hoffman, I'm Luke Brenneman. Milo and I had the chance to catch up with the Mariners skipper Steve Engler pregame for a long while. He said when the new pitchers get in, they pitch the first day they're here. 0-1 to Bell. Curveball misses down and in. Ball and a strike on the shortstop out of TCU. So Engler sticks to what he told us, and Oakley climbs the hill. Harwich with a 1-0 lead. Oakley, big windup. Now the 1-1 goes back to the curveball. This time it misses high. 2-1. Got to give our flowers to Colin LaBelle, though. The best outing we've seen from the new James Madison transfer in his short time on Cape Cod. He dominated. 2-1 pitch. That's up high with the heat. 3-1 on Bell.
Yeah, I mean, LaBelle was automatic tonight. 5 strikeouts. He set down the first 8 hitters he faced.
Gave up just 1 hit. Scoreless baseball, that's all that matters anyway. 3-1 pitch coming. Bell on time, but it's foul straight back. And there will be a payoff pitch to the leadoff man for Chatham here in the 4th. Speaking of Steve Engler, go on, Milo.
No, you.
The ejection last night, that could be a turning point in this summer.
Yeah.
Mariners had lost 6 consecutive games. Payoff pitch coming. Bell takes right down the middle. That's called strike 3. Oakley fans the first hitter that he sees on Cape Cod. And there's 1 out in the Chatham 4th. Eddie Marshall's coming up.
Yeah, good way to bounce back. But as you were saying, that ejection, sometimes you do that just to get the team going, get the energy back. And Englert said after the win yesterday over in left field when he talked to the whole team, well, I'm not going to tell you what I said because that would not be good to go over the air. But he was fired up.
And they won. Eddie Marshall, the hitter, right on right, late on a first pitch breaking ball. Counts 0-1 on the DH out of the University of Florida. Marshall just 25 at-bats on Cape Cod, has 5 hits, a home run, and he's knocked in 4. 0 for 1 tonight. Here comes the 0-1. Takes again. This is the slide piece. That missed just a little bit too low. 1-1. And we know Steve Englert. He's honest with us. We appreciate that. And I think that being here for 2 summers, I can honestly say that he purposefully got ejected from that ball game last night to light the fire. The 1-1 is another slider. That time it's way outside. Now 2-1 on Marshall. When Steve Englert got ejected, it was the 4th inning. Harwich was down 4-0 to the Catuit Kettleers, and the Mariners proceeded to score 5 unanswered runs and win the ball game. 2-1. Strike right down the middle. Fastball pumped in at 92 on the gun, and it evens the count at 2-2. Still windy in Chatham, not as wet as it was pregame. Field still damp from about an hour rainstorm during BP. 2-2, swing and a foul, first base side. Good at bat here from the cleanup man, Eddie Marshall. There's 2 batters in, not even, for the righty Reese Oakley. And when pitchers get here this time of year, it's so unique because we feel like we've seen all the Mariners who have been here at the start of the summer really develop. 2-strike pitch, swing and a foul, and Marshall continues to battle after a good breaking ball from Oakley. We don't know these guys at all. We do the prep. We say hello to them, get to know them pregame and whatever we can. But Oakley got in yesterday in the afternoon, and he's on the hill tonight in Chatham.
I mean, talk about being, thrown into the fire. This team's just clinched the playoffs, and now you're asked to pitch some big innings.
2-2 again. Swing and a miss. The fastball is hot right now for Oakley. Back-to-back punch-outs out of the pen. And there's 2 down with nobody on in the Chatham 4th.
How about Reese Oakley?
I think he's going to be just fine.
Thrown into the fire. He's got his own fire.
Cole Johnson's going to dig in. Left-handed hitter playing left field tonight for the A's. Johnson out of the University of Georgia, hitting 178 with a homer and a dozen runs batted in on the Cape. Oakley, first pitch. Breaking ball down low, 1-0. Dennis Cook continues to stack the 2 Georgia Bulldogs at 5 and 6 in his batting lineup. That was the same as the last time the Mariners played Chatham. Harwich won that game 3-2 in walk-off fashion. The 1-0 called a strike on the inner edge. That fastball from Oakley is what he's going to as his punch-out pitch and when he's fallen behind, and it's been right on the corner. He's moving quick now. 1-1. Up and in. Johnson ahead. 2 balls and a strike.
Do we think the Mariners can check off all the possible walk-offs? You got a walk-off hit, a walk-off walk, the walk-off balk.
I think the walk-off home run is next.
There you go.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Slider pulls the string on the lefty Johnson. 2-2. Oakley in his first inning of his Cape Cod career is a strike away from striking out the side on the road in Chatham. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball, cold, strike 3. Oh, baby, welcome to Harwich. Reese Oakley struck out the side in his Cape League debut, and the M's hold on to a 1-0 lead through 4 on the Mariners Radio Network. Start of the 5th inning here in Chatham. A cold, wet, windy night. But Sunday Night Baseball on Cape Cod, they're still tough to beat. And the Harwich Mariners lead the Chatham A's 1-0. 5th inning means trivia time on the Mariners radio network. We'll give the answer in the 7th inning. And the question tonight in relation to the Mariners manager Steve Englert getting ejected from last night's ball game is, when was the last time, before last night, that Steve Englert has been tossed from a Cape League game? Tweet at us, hashtag Trident Trivia. We have a question every day on the radio. Top of the order due up for the M's in the 5th. Nico Brini digs into the left side. Pitching change for Chatham. It's the right-hander out of Ole Miss, Leo Odom, who takes over. Odom, 6'2", 200-pound, rising junior from Summerall, Mississippi. First pitch to Brini. Up high with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Ball 1. Brini's been the difference tonight offensively. Led off the game for Harwich, a solo home run. He's 1 for 2, and the M's lead 1-0. 1-0. Swing and a slow roller to second. Ty Peoples goes over and fires to first. That's the opening out of the 5th. Odom coming off a freshman season at Ole Miss, only appeared 5 times, was 1-0 for record, 5 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 2 runs, struck out 11, did not walk a batter. I know it's a small sample, just below 6 innings, but 11 Ks in that time and no control issues? That's unbelievable. Micah Kirikoff, the hitter for Harwich, right on right. First pitch is a fastball just a little bit inside, ball 1.
Yeah, Odom has an interesting delivery. He brings his glove all the way up to his eyes and then kind of twists and it's tight.
1-0. That's a strike. Odom called back on that heater. Evens the count at 1-1 on Kirikoff. Kirikoff has been the 9-hole hitter for the last 2 weeks of the Harwich Mariners. As that mammoth game last night, and one and one to Kirikoff, a ball high with the breaker. 2-1 on the Harwich center fielder. So for more on Kirikoff, he has a really big game last night, and he gets moved all the way up into this 2 spot. He's 0 for 2 so far, but he's deserved it. 2-1 coming. In the dirt, 3-1. Kirikoff has continued to get into these advantage counts. 16 base on balls, the most of any Mariner in the starting lineup tonight. Just a 163 hitter. Here comes the 3-1. Kirikoff lays off a fastball high and a 5-pitch walk. Gives the Mariners a 1-out base runner in the 5th.
Yeah, good to see Kirikoff get back on base. He's going to wreak havoc over there. Talked to Steve Englert before the game. He is a menace on the base paths, and he can do some damage now.
Speed on the bases. Kirikoff, 9 stolen bases so far this summer. They check on him. He's back with a dive. Kind of got that wet dirt tonight on the base paths. A little bit of mud now. Kirikoff, he's dirty. 1 on with 1 out. Castellón, the batter. Right on right with the reliever Odom. Another check on Kirikoff. He dives back in time. Castellón's 1 for 2 tonight. Did not play last night in the Mariners' win against Cotuit. Castellón single to right field his first time up. Here comes the first pitch. He takes. It's a strike on the outside edge. That was the cut fastball from Leo Odom. 0-1. Castellón leads the Mariners lineup in hits and batting average, a .338 hitter. Odom comes home with the 0-1, up and away, a pseudo pitch out. They backpick Kirikoff, but he gets back in time. The pitch wasn't a true pitch out where the catcher Hovetter stood up, but it was way outside, and they tried to get Kirikoff leaning. Micah heads up base runner all the way out with a big lead here before the 1-1. Check on him this time. He's back again in time. Chatham is awfully worried about the speed of Kirikoff, and they should be.
I mean, he is so fast over there, and I was just talking about it. Yeah, they are really worried about him.
1-1 in the dirt low. 2 balls and a strike on Castellon. Harwich looking to add on to just a slim 1-0 lead. A pitcher's duel early on, top of the 5th here at Veterans Field in Chatham. A good crowd for a cold, windy night. Castellon batting 3rd for the M's in a 2-1 count. Odom set and comes home. Pitch taken right on the outside corner. That's a really good slider. Counts 2-2 on the Harwich second baseman.
Wonder if they're going to go with Kirikov here. Any pitch now?
I'm shocked he has not tried to go. A lot of respect from the catcher Hovetter. 2-2. Swing and a pop-up in the infield. Coming in from first is Howell, and he makes the catch with the plus-size mitt. That's the second out of the top of the 5th. So now with 2 outs and Jaxa hitting, I would say it's almost a guarantee that Kirikov runs. But you never know. Jaxa's a power hitter. He can find gaps. Kirikov could easily score on an extra base hit from first with his speed.
Yeah, with 2 outs, though, I do agree with you. You're up just the 1-0. Got to keep putting pressure on.
Micah stole 3 bases last night. First pitch, he doesn't go. Jaxa fouls one behind home plate for strike 1. Jaxa, no at-bats tonight because he's walked both times up. That's just his 2nd and 3rd free passes of the summer. He's a free swinging hitter. Rarely takes pitches, rarely gets into deep counts, but he has tonight. 0-1, that's taken away. Fastball, not even close, 1-1. Steve Englert said this team, although they've been slumping, they're still together, and they have what it takes to turn it around before the playoffs. 1-1. Jaxa can't connect on a wicked slider from Odom. Ball and 2 strikes.
I'd like to see Jaxa really connect on one here coming up. I mean, he's got the power. Yet to see him really run into a pitch.
Still looking for that first homer on Cape Cod. 6 runs batted in. 2-strike pitch on its way. He takes it, and it's called strike 3. Odom comes in the game, pitches a scoreless 5th, and the Mariners can't add on to a 1-0 lead. We'll be right back in the bottom half on the Mariners Radio Network. Bottom of the fifth here in Chatham. Harwich leads 1-0. 6, 7, and 8 up for the Anglers. The Mariners go to the bullpen again after a scoreless inning out of Reese Oakley. The Mariners call on Andrew Basil, the right-hander out of Northeastern. Basil making his 9th appearance on the Cape. Right on left with Peoples. First pitch, a fastball called a strike about letter high. Counts 0-1. Basil's pitched 15 innings and 1/3, giving up 13 earned runs. He's pitched a lot. Over 300 pitches on Cape Cod. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, driven hard the other way, but foul. Quickly 0-2 on the second baseman, Ty Peoples.
Basil has turned into a guy that the Mariners really trust, and he's pitched a lot of innings here on the Cape so far this summer. He's another guy who's been here since the very start.
The Mariners clinched the postseason last night, and I asked Steve Engler, does that change the way you manage? He said, with pitchers, absolutely. 0-2 pitch, that's taken low, 1-2 on Peoples. And what he means by that is, we're in the postseason. Harwich has no chance of even improving or changing their seed in a worse way. The Mariners are going to be the 3 seed in the East Division. 1-2 coming, foul ball, third base side. And Basil, for example, is a guy that we've seen in a lot of blowouts this year. He comes in just to finish the game and let's get out of here. Maybe you keep us in it and we fight back, but if not, you're out there. He's in the game now in the 5th inning. It's 1-0.
High leverage, and the Mariners, this would be a big win to get back-to-back.
1-2, outside. Basil went to the fastball. Not close. Peoples works the count even at 2-2.
This really does have a vibe like we're near the ocean, and we are, but it feels like it's that ocean breeze.
It's strong. 2-2 coming. Peoples lays off, another fastball away, and the count goes full to the Chatham leadoff man here in the 5th. Crowd still intact. Good ball game tonight, approaching 8:30 on the furthest west coast of Cape Cod. Payoff pitch, outside, ball 4. 3 consecutive pitches miss away in the Peoples at-bat, and he walks as the first hitter for Chatham in the 5th.
Just the second walk of the night for Chatham so far. Mariners pitchers have allowed just 1 hit as well. The command and pitching overall has just been very impressive.
Reese Oakley, who came in for the first time on Cape Cod in the 4th inning, he struck out the side, but that was all we got to see from Oakley. I'd say he's feeling pretty nice in the dugout. 1, 2, 3 punch outs. Cam Pruitt, the hitter for Chatham. He shows bunt, gets it down. A great bunt, third base side. Quentin Coates has to put it in his pocket. A bunt hit for Pruitt, and here come the A's. First and second, nobody out, with Harvlin Hovatter coming up.
You couldn't draw it up any better than that. And it died on the infield grass as well. Coates came in. He knew he wasn't making that throw, so just ate it.
Basil comes in, and things are getting sticky here in the middle innings for Harwich. Hovatter batting 8th tonight, the catcher and new Mississippi State transfer. The 178 hitter on Cape Cod, 8 runs batted in. Pruitt at first, Peoples at second, nobody out in the Chatham 5th. Basil looks in, Hovatter shows bunt, pulls it away. Fastball was high. The count's 1-0. The Mariners have out-hit the A's tonight 4-2. Both starters, masterful outings, didn't go past the 4th inning. 1-0, Hovatter shows bunt again, pulls it away. Pitch was called a strike at the knees. Basil on the board, 1-1.
Yeah, bunt here makes perfect sense, and I would expect Hovatter to continue to show bunt here in this at-bat.
Mariners first baseman Sean O'Leary crashing in the infield grass. The 1-1 coming. The bunt is down. It's third base side. Basil has it, goes to third, and he got the lead runner. That's one of the best plays from a Mariner pitcher that we've seen all summer. Basil took his time, but he moved in a hurry, and they steal the lead runner for out number 1 in the 5th.
Yeah, just really heads up, and the bunt was back to the pitcher, not down the third baseline, giving Basil a chance to look at third base. It was still bang-bang. If he took an extra second with that ball in his glove, the runner probably would have been safe.
Tyler Howe, the 9th hitting first baseman, is up. He digs in the left side. First and second, 1 out. First pitch coming. Powell takes a breaking ball, called a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. You mentioned it was a bunt back to the pitcher, but it was shaded enough to the third base line where you think it was going to do the job.
Yeah, and credit Basil on that one.
That's a full 180 turn to fire to third. The 0-1 is cut on and missed. Powell quickly behind 0-2. It's been a curveball and then the slider to get this at-bat started. We'll see if Basil stays with the off-speed or he turns up against Howe out of North Carolina. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Went to the fastball, missed low, 1-2. Howe just in his 24th at-bat here on Cape Cod. A nice start from the infielder out of Chapel Hill. 6 hits in his first 23 ABs. 1-2, here it is. Hit hard down the left field line. It is foul, and I mean by 2 or 3 feet. That could have been the lead for Chatham.
Yeah, I think that would have scored. Lead the back runner and Hoveder from first base because Jaxo was still getting over there into the corner.
Who would have thought we could be in late July on the Cape, and it's kind of sweater weather. You're feeling like it's October baseball. The playoff push is on for every team. Game 35 of a 40-game regular season here on the Cape. And Chatham at home down 1-0, trying to get this game tied up, if not more. First and second, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Tyler Howell, the batter, in a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Basil set on the hill. He comes home, but no. He turns and fires to first, checks on Hovatter. He's back standing up.
And it does have that October baseball feel. Breeze in the air. We're getting to the postseason.
Below
it's
65 degrees tonight.
Yeah.
You're shaking in your short sleeve collared shirt tonight. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Basil pulled the string with the slide piece. First strikeout for Andrew Basil is a big one. 2 outs in the Chatham 5th. Runners still at first and second. And the lineup turns over for Jamie Palmise.
Yeah, big strikeout for Basil on that one. A big out number 2. This game is kind of like a nail-biter feel to it.
Palmise is 0 for 1 with a walk tonight, hitting first for the Anglers. Right on right, first pitch, taken in the dirt, ball 1. Chatham came into this 5th inning down 1-0, started with a Ty Peoples walk, then a Cam Pruitt bunt hit, and the A's haven't done anything since then. A fielder's choice and then a strikeout, and here we are, 2 on with 2 out, 1-0 coming. Swing and a miss. Basil fastball about ankle high. Got Palmise to bite. The count's 1-1. This Chatham lineup, Palmise included, has 5 players below 35 at-bats on Cape Cod. They have a lack of experience, a lot of new guys late into the summer. 1-1. Palmise takes. That's a really good take. Slider from Basil started at the knees, ended up in the dirt. The catcher, Sean James, blocked it for Harwich. And Jamie Palmise ahead 2-1. Basil trying to shut the door on a Chatham rally in the 5th. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball back to Basil off of his glove, and everybody is safe. Basil was off balance, trying to field a ground ball, softly hit a swinging bunt to the pitcher's mound. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and Armani Guzman coming up for the A's.
Yeah, Basil, after making an excellent play earlier in the inning, cutting down Peoples at third base. And this one hits off of his glove. He lost it. It trickled behind the mound, and then he had to recover. And by the time he looked at first, the runner was already there.
The Mariners pitching coach Hunter Dilworth comes out to have a word with Andrew Basil. The entire Mariners infield collapses on the hill. This is the first chance of the night for Chatham. Ever since it was first and second with nobody out, these have all been their first at-bats with a runner in scoring position. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Home plate umpire Carl Rodriguez is on his way to break up the meeting at the mound. Hunter Dilworth was the Mariners manager for the final 5 innings last night after Englert got tossed. He did a great job.
Oh, yeah. Took over and had full control of the team.
He made some pitching changes that had us saying, wow, he's really going out there. That's something we didn't see Steve Engler do, and it worked to perfection. Dilworth, the Mariners pitching coach. But the moment right now is in Chatham. Palmise at first, Hovatter at second, Pruitt at third, 1-0 Harwich. Bottom of the fifth, 2 outs. First pitch to Guzman is a fastball right down the middle, called strike 1. Basil has 2 fastballs, a 4-seamer and a cut fastball. He threw the cutter for strike 1. Guzman, the lefty, waits on the 0-1. Here it is. Swing and a hot shot, fair ball down the third baseline, all the way into the corner. Pruitt is in, Hovatter is in, the wave is on, and Palmise scores from first. It's 3-1 A's in the fifth. A bases clearing, 2-out Guzman double, and life in Chatham. This place is rocking. The best hitter in the Anglers lineup comes through when they need him most. Make it 10, 11, and 12. Runs batted in on the summer for Guzman, and the A's lead by 2.
And this one just stings because a couple pitches ago, Basil, when Palmise dribbled one back to him, he thought he had a play, bobbled it, and now you look up and it's 3-1 just like that. And yeah, this place is bumping.
Jack Bell digs into the left side, Guzman at second. First pitch to Bell, a curveball called a strike. Mentioned in that Palmise at bat that the Chatham lineup lacks experience. Well, Guzman, he's been here all summer, and he just came through. 0-1 to Bell, a ground ball to short. Kurland over there, a long throw, and he made it. It was a high throw. O'Leary had to stand on his tippy toe on the bag, but that ends the Chatham fifth. And a roar from the home crowd here at Veterans Field. A bases clearing 3 RBI, 2-out double from Armani Guzman. And the Anglers take their first lead of the night, 3-1. We're going to the 6th on the radio. It's the start of the 6th inning here in Chatham, and it's brought to you by Netting Pros Stadionic, the official netting and facility solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. The Mariners blow a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th on the road. It was a 3-ribby, 2-out double from Armani Guzman. And Harwich down by 2 to start the top of the 6th. With Milo Hoffman, I'm Luke Brenneman. You're listening on the Mariners Radio Network. It's the middle of the Mariners order, 5, 6, and 7, Kurland, O'Leary, and Coates. 3-1 bowl game, Chatham ahead, and Harwich is going to have to come back in the later innings. Plenty of time, top of the 6th. Kurland digs in for a right-on-right matchup with Leo Odom. Odom pitched a scoreless 5th inning out of the bullpen. He's back out there. First pitch. Swing and a hot shot into center field on a line, but Guzman is right there in center field. He makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the 6th inning.
House hit hard off the bat of Kurland. I mean, my goodness, he has such quick hands and a lot of pop, but unfortunate positioning of the Chatham defense.
Tonight is a really big night. Every night is for Chatham, trying to get that last playoff spot in the East Division. Harwich, Whitey, and Brewster have all clinched. First pitch to Sean O'Leary is outside ball 1. And I say tonight is a even bigger night because Orleans has beat Cotuit tonight 8-4 on the road at Lowell Park. Orleans is 3 games behind Chatham in the standings. 1-0. O'Leary hits a high fly ball into left field. It takes Cole Johnson back. The wind's pushing it everywhere, but he makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th.
And this is one of those innings where maybe you would see Englert out of the dugout. Tell Quentin Coates maybe he needs to take a few. Englert's not going to come out of the dugout right now, but maybe you trust Coates to see a few pitches and slow down this inning.
Harwich got off to a nice start offensively tonight. 2 hits in the first inning, a solo home run and a walk, but only 1 run to show for it, and they haven't scored since. Coates the hitter, first pitch to him. A fastball that barely misses outside, counts 1-0. Coates is 0 for 2 so far tonight. 2 flyouts to right field. Hit them both hard. The 1-0. That's outside. Slider from Odom. 2-0. Leo Odom features a fastball in the mid-90s, a cut fastball in the high 80s, and a slider in the high 70s. 2-0. Coates swings and foul tips it. Hovatter, the catcher, actually caught it. 2-1.
Yeah, Coates, last time up, he hit a blistering line drive to right field. A few hard-hit balls tonight for the Mariners that just hasn't found outfield grass.
Here comes the 2-1. Coates takes up high. Breaking ball stayed up there. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count here to the Mariners' third baseman. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 6th in Chatham. Harwich down for the first time tonight. Here comes the 3-1. Check swing, pitch is called a strike. The count goes full. Coates did a little dance down the first base line, thinking it was ball 4, but the home plate umpire, Carl Rodriguez, brings him back in. Odom ready, working from the windup. Here comes the payoff. Swung on, and Coates just catches a piece foul. We'll see another 3-2.
Coates always going to battle up there, loses his helmet on that swing to put it back on. He's done his job extending this inning, though, after 2 quick outs, working this count full.
His next pitch will be the 7th of the at-bat. And Odom's coming home. Breaking ball nowhere close. It's way up high. A 2-out walk to Coates, the 2nd for Odom out of the bullpen. And the Mariners have a base runner with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. The catcher, Sean James, is coming up.
That's a great at-bat from Quentin Coates right there. Working it full, and then a non-competitive pitch, really, from Odom on the hill. A breaking ball way upstairs. Coates, not the biggest steal threat, but some traffic here for the M's.
Mariners catcher James digs in right on right. Odom goes to the stretch with Coates off of first base. First pitch. Up high, and I mean really high with the fastball. Ball 1. 2 quick outs for Odom and the Anglers to start the top of the 6th. Coates works a 7-pitch walk. And here we go with James, 1-0. Odom comes home. James takes again. That's a slider, called a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. James is 0 for 2 so far tonight. 196 hitter, 3 runs batted in. Has not been an everyday player for the Mariners. About a day on, a day off. The 1-1, a wave and a miss. Odom goes back to the slider, this time even further off the plate, and James can't connect on the swing. 1-2. Chatham with some momentum after a 3-run 5th inning. They lead by 2. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Abuse from Odom. A pitch in the dirt makes James look silly. Odom struck out 2 out of the pen and now gone back-to-back scoreless innings. Chatham leads 3-1. We'll be back for the home half of the 6th on the Mariners Radio Network. Bottom of the 6th here at Veterans Field in Chatham. And the Chatham A's lead the Harwich Mariners 3-1. It was a 3-hit, 3-run bottom of the 5th the last time the Anglers were at the plate. Capped off by everything that mattered. All 3 runs came home on the Armani Guzman 3 RBI, 2-out double. 7 hitters came up to hit for the A's. And it'll start with 4, 5, and 6 here in the 6th. Cleanup hitter Eddie Marshall out of Florida digs in. Marshall 0 for 2 tonight, has struck out 2 times, but this will be the first time he's seen the Mariners righty Andrew Basil. Basil gave up the 3 runs in the 5th. First pitch swinging. Marshall can't connect at a breaking pitch about belt high. Counts 0-1. Marshall already a home run in his first 25 at-bats on Cape Cod. Tried to hit that hanger for number 2. 0-1. Strike on the inside corner. Basil goes back to the breaking ball. And an 0-2 hole for Marshall to start the Chatham 6th. Basil works from the stretch, even with nobody on base. 0-2. Swing and a miss, but no, he just caught a piece foul. Marshall barely did. The catcher, Sean James, it looked like he had it, and then it just leaked out of his mitt. There will be another 0-2.
Hey, James pumped his glove after he couldn't corral that one. So close to strike 3.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Basil got him again. Marshall goes down swinging to start the bottom of the 6th. That's the 2nd strikeout for Basil, and Cole Johnson digs in.
Yeah, big first out for Basil, and his biggest goal right now is to just attack the zone. No free passes. That's a perfect example there. First batter he faced in this inning.
Johnson, the left-handed hitter out of Georgia, waits for the first pitch. He takes a heater up high, ball 1. Johnson hitting in the middle of this Chatham lineup. 178 hitter, a home run, 12 runs batted in. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Here comes the 1-0. Breaking ball, called a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. The wind has died down quite a bit tonight in Chatham. Rainstorms before the game, wind was blowing everywhere. Still that ocean breeze. 1-1, fouled straight back. Basil gets ahead 1-2. But a nice night now. It's not, the wind was making it really cold, 68 degrees.
That was freezing.
But 68 degrees, approaching 9 o'clock in Chatham with some serious wind, feels more like 59 degrees. The 1-2 is a ground ball up the middle. Curlin, the shortstop, was shifted that direction. He fires to first. 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th for Basil.
Yeah, Curlin with the big shift over there. 3 infielders on the right side of the second base bag. And even before he made the switch to shortstop for Curlin, I always noticed that he had such a strong arm over there. And so playing shortstop rather than second just makes complete sense.
He's been a great second baseman in Harwich, but especially in college. Ty Peoples is the hitter for Chatham. 2 out, nobody on. First pitch coming. Peoples swings and misses. Fastball got right past him for strike 1. The Mariners have another big shift on the lefty Peoples. Kurland to the right of the second base bag. Second baseman Castellón in the outfield grass. The 0-1 skips in the dirt. Ball and a strike on Peoples. Peoples was the leadoff man in the Chatham fifth. He got the party started with a walk and then eventually came home on the 3-ribby double from Guzman. Here comes the 1-1. Cut on and fouled, a chopper down the first base line. Basil's done a really nice job, as you mentioned, Milo, getting ahead, but especially in this 6th inning. He's a strike away from putting Chatham down in order.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Mariners. There is some stirring over in the M's bullpen. You wonder how long they're going to keep Basil out there.
2-strike pitch on its way. Popped up, foul over the Chatham press box.
Once again, though, the M's find themselves down in a ball game. It feels like every single time you look up at the scoreboard, even after a quick 1-0 lead, they're down now.
2-strike pitch. Hard hit into left center field. That dunks down for a 2-out knock. Peoples on for the second time tonight. And the 6th inning extended for the home Chatham A's. Cam Pruitt will get an at-bat.
Everything hit out to center field near Micah Kirchhoff. You think has a chance at being caught. I mean, he had one of the best catches, if not the best catch we've seen all summer long yesterday against Katuitt. And that one just a little out in front of him, didn't even give it a dive attempt.
Kirchhoff made a catch last night that made the SportsCenter top 10, number 6. Cam Pruitt, the hitter, 1 on with 2 outs. First pitch coming. Swing and a ground ball to first. O'Leary is right there, barely has to move, touches the bag with his left foot. And Chatham goes down scoreless in the 6th. 1 hit, Peoples, he was left aboard. The Mariners still trail 3-1. We're going to the final 3 in Chatham. Don't go anywhere on the Mariners Radio Network.
We go top 7 here at Veterans Field, and the Chatham A's hold a 3-1 lead over the Mariners. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Milo Hoffman. Now, yesterday, Steve Engler, manager of the Mariners, got ejected, and the trivia question of the night was, when was the last time Steve Engler was ejected? Well, the answer was July 8th in a 9-8 loss to Falmouth, and the ejection came in the 9th inning. That's the last time Steve Engler has been ejected. We go top 7 at Veterans Field. It's still the righty Leo Odom on the hill for the Chatham A's. And he deals to 9-1-2 in the Harwich lineup. First pitch is high fly to shallow left field. Shortstop Bell is back onto the outfield grass. He's called off by Johnson, who makes the grab. And there's the first out here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, the more we see Paul Jones get at-bats, he might be the most aggressive hitter on the Mariners. It's not really working out for him right now. He's just 2 for his first 19 at the plate, but that's the second time tonight where he's hit a pop fly on the first pitch.
Yeah, attacks early. Here's the leadoff man, Nico Brini. Pitch home. He shows bunt, pulls back on a pitch way up high. And the count's 1-0 on Brini. It was 1 for 3. The big bomb came in the first, a solo shot. Got the Mariners off to a 1-0 lead. Now Harwich trails 3-1. Here's the offering. Brini skies that in the air to center field. Shallow. Shortstop Bell is back. This time he makes the grab on the outfield grass. There's out number 2.
You start looking, whether it's in the scorebook, which I have in front of me, or you just observe the game. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize Harwich just gets to 2 outs so fast right now.
So unbelievably quick. It happened in the last inning.
And someone may counter by saying, you know, if you're going to hit, if you're going to ever be successful, if you're going to make a title push, you got to be able to get on base with a base hit. But right now, it's just not going their way.
The righty Kirikov takes a pitch way upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Kirikov struck out in the first, flew out to center in the third, and he walked back in the fifth. Coming off a 2-hit day yesterday, 2 doubles. Here's the 1-0. There's a strike at the knees with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count is 1-1 on Kirikov. 3-1 Chatham over Harwich. We're in the top of the 7th. Odom fires. A breaking ball upstairs. Had little break at 82 miles an hour, and the count's 2-1. Lights are fully blasting on here at Veterans Field. Crowd starting to leave just little by little. Again, these games start late at 7 p.m. 2-1. That's inside with the fastball. It's 3-1.
As we know, if there's any Mariner that could light a fire on this team in the later innings when they've been slumping, it's this guy right here.
Kirikov waves his bat in the righty box with his open stance. 3-1. Is popped up. Shallow center field. Shortstop Bell is back onto the outfield grass. Calls everyone off, and he makes the one-handed grab. And the Mariners go down easy. 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. 3-1 Chatham. It's stretch time at Veterans Field. We'll be right back on the Mariners Radio Network. We go to the bottom of the 7th here at Veterans Field. 3-1 A's lead it over the M's. So glad you're with us. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Milo Hoffman. Andrew Basil still on the hill for Harwich in his 3rd inning of relief out of the bullpen. And he deals to 8-9-1 in the Chatham lineup. And that begins with the left-handed hitting catcher, Harlan Hovetter. A shift on the lefty in the box. And the A's are trying to tack on some insurance. Basil stands first base side of the rubber, glove at his eyes, fires home. Pitch is foul tapped at the plate, and it's 0-1 on Hovetter. He's 0 for 2 today, struck out in the 3rd and grounded into a fielder's choice in the 5th. He did come around to score in the 5th after the bases clearing double from Armani Guzman. And he takes a look at a ball outside, an off speed at 83 miles an hour, and it's 1-1. I'll tell you, the 7th inning stretch here at Veterans Field always gets me. Everyone in on the take me out to the ball game. Best in the league. 1-1. Swing and a miss. An 84-mile-an-hour changeup right on by. And it's quickly 1-2. Would you sing? Would you sing along on the 7th inning stretch?
I remember me, you, and MK, our social media intern, doing it at Orleans the other night.
You got to rock back and forth.
Yeah, I got to.
1-2. It's foul tapped again into the Mariner dugout foul.
Might have to do that here tonight just to warm up a little bit. I mean, before this next 1-2, I'm rocking back and forth.
Me
just
too.
Trying to generate some friction within this air, trying to heat myself up.
It's a windy one, mid-60s here at Veterans Field as the clock strikes 9 o'clock. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball right on by Hovatter. And there's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th.
I love the way that Basil has fought. If you just look back, he came in the 5th inning, first and second, nobody out, battled back to 2 outs, bases loaded, nobody had scored yet. The margin's just so thin in this game where the ground ball down the line scores them all, and you can maybe think, oh, it's a waste of an outing, but he's battled back a scoreless 6th.
He deals to Tyler Howe, the lefty. First pitch is inside with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. And the count is 1-0.
Another night tonight, Milo, for the Mariners, where you're looking at a pitcher. Sure, Basil gave up 3 runs, but the offense has got to be more there.
Pitch home. This is outside with an 87-mile-an-hour off-speed, 2-0. And the Mariners' lone run came all the way back in the first on the first batter of the ball game. A Nico Brini leadoff bomb. Harwich has mustered up just 4 hits tonight as well. Trail 3-1. 2-0. His way inside, and it forces Howe out of the box. 3 balls and no strikes on the number 9 hitter. He's 1 for 2 today, singled in the 3rd and struck out back in the 5th. This is his 2nd plate appearance against Basil. Next pitch is a strike on the inside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Basil rocks the chain that glistens in the light here at Veterans Field. 3-1. There's a strike on the outside corner, an off speed, and the count's full.
11 walks for Basil in 18 innings pitched. He's had good command tonight.
Trying to bounce back from a 3-0 count here against Howe. Payoff pitch. Ground ball right side. Second baseman Castellone is there. Backhands. Fields throws to first in time. And there's 2 away. A nice play from Castellone in the hole.
Another really impressive play from, yet again, a Harwich Mariner that's not playing their typical position, or at least the one they play in college. That's a tough play for second baseman, where your back is completely towards the first base bag. You feel the ball on the backhand, but it's not that long of a throw where you can rifle it like you could maybe from the hole at shortstop.
Here's the pitch to Palmese. The righty takes outside. 1-0. You can really put Castellone anywhere. I mean, he plays shortstop, third base.
Play him at catcher.
But in the outfield, too. A do-it-all guy, Nate Castellone. No shift on the righty Palmese. Here's the 1-0. That's chopped up the middle. Off Basil's hand. It trickles slowly to shortstop. Kurland is there, but there's no throw to first. Kurland picks it up and flips it back to the pitcher. That's an infield hit for Jamie Palmese. And Chatham has a 2-out runner on.
And it gives Guzman an at-bat with a runner on. Probably rather lead off the inning with Guzman, and always want to put him down in order. Another ball, though, that time maybe you instruct Basil to just stick the arm down. Don't even reach for it and let one of the middle infielders make the play at first. Second ball that is ricocheted off of his glove tonight for a hit.
Here's the lefty, Guzman. Strike on the outside corner with an 82-mile-an-hour changeup. 0-1. Well, Jamie Palmese, his single in the 5th was very similar. Came with first and second, a dribbler off of Oakley's arm. Pitch. And his outside runner goes. Throw to second is not in time. So a stolen base for Palmese, his 2nd stolen bag on the season. And now Chatham has a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, got to give credit to Chatham tonight. They were down through the first 4.5 innings. They had the big push, made the most of bases loaded chance, and now they're trying to add on with insurance.
There's the 0-1. Guzman swings and misses. 0-2. Guzman with the big double back in the 5th. A bases clearing double. That's how Chatham holds its 3-1 lead as we speak. Bottom of the 7th, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Chopped high, left side of the infield, curling in the hole. Backhands, gears up, throws to first. Not in time. Armani Guzman ran hard down the line. It's his second knock of the night, and Chatham has runners on the corners with 2 away in the bottom of the 7th.
We've seen 4 infield hits tonight from Chatham. 3 of them in the last 2 innings. And back-to-back infield hits put runners on the corners with 2 outs and a chance for Jack Bell. See, Basil has a chance to bounce back after the lackluster pitch with 2 outs and them loaded in the 5th right here. But if Chatham adds on, they really start running away.
Pitch, runner from first goes. Strike call, throw to second is in time, and that's huge because Palmise was running home. And there would have been no throw on Palmise. So Dennis Cook is out of the Chatham dugout.